Good morning, Kipsters. This is science. This is your lesson 11 for kindergarten and first graders. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys have been doing super awesome on your exit tickets. I've seen how much you guys have been growing on remote learning. Just happy you guys are checking back in. So in this lesson, we're going to be using a text to collect evidence of differences between the seasons. So in our last lesson, we were still answering our big question. Why is it daytime in some places while it was nighttime in other places? To help our friend Sai figure out why it was daytime for him when he got out of school, but when he called his grandmother, it was nighttime for her. We learned that there's different reasons for this because the Earth is always rotating, and Sai's part of the Earth is on the sun. The sun is shining on his side of the Earth, while the sun is not on the other side of the Earth where his grandmother is. And this is because the Earth is always rotating, and this is how the pattern that we see every day from morning to night happens. And everybody doesn't have the same time in the daytime around the world. So some people have daytime while some people have nighttime. Just like we saw on the Earth, we've seen that some people on one side might have the sun on their side, while other side of the Earth will be in the shadows or in the nighttime. So Sai has wrote us a letter talking about how we helped him answer that big question. So I have his letter here. So this is to us, the sky scientists from Sai, and the subject is questions about the sky, and I'll read it from here. Dear sky scientists, now I understand why my grandma and I saw different things in the sky when we talked on the phone. I saw the sun because the place on earth where I live was facing the sun. My grandma saw the stars because the place of the earth where she lives was not facing the sun. But now I have a new question. I was wondering why in the summer, when I call my grandma right after school, the sun is still out and it is warm. But in the winter, when I call my grandma right after school, the sun has gone down and it is cold and dark out. Could you help find the answer for me? Thank you, Sai. So we might have had this similar situation in the summer. You can play outside for a long time, but when it's cold outside, the sun is dark. Like even sometimes when we got out of school, sometimes the sun has been setting or the sun has been not there and it's been darker. So Sai wants to have answer this same question, and to answer this question, we're going to read this book, A Walk Through the Seasons. In this book, we're going to be trying to focus on why is the sun up longer in the summer, and why is it up for a shorter amount of time in the winter. The name of this book is called A Walk Through the Seasons. The author is Ashley Chase and Chloe Delafield. Jump right in. Walk Through the Seasons. Sorry. Move this. Sorry. Before breakfast, we take our dog for a walk in the park. We walk the dog again after dinner. We walk our dog every day of the year. We walk in spring, summer, fall, and winter. All the seasons are different. So these people have been in each season. The four seasons are spring, summer, fall, winter. Everybody say them with me. Spring, summer, fall, winter. There's four seasons, and each season is a little bit different. In spring, trees are in bloom all over my town. So in the spring, when it says it blooms, that means the flowers are growing. They're not dead flowers; they're growing. Spring. So spring brings those nice looking flowers. People take boat rides in the park. In spring, we see the sunrise when we walk the dog before breakfast. He barks at noisy birds. So right before breakfast, they take their dog for a walk, and when they take their dog right before breakfast, it the sun is rising. So the sunrise is happening right before breakfast. After dinner in the spring, we see the sunset. We watch the sky change colors as we walk. So right after dinner on this page in spring, the sun is setting. So the sun is rising before breakfast and the sun is setting after dinner in the spring. Let's see what we can figure out about the other seasons. Summer is the next season. I like summer best. Where I live, summer days are hot. We can wade in the pond at the park. So that just means that they can play in the park in the summer. So just like us, usually when it's summer, we go swimming or we play in pools or in water or different things because summer is so warm. In summer, the sun is already high in the sky when we walk before breakfast. So I want to take a second here. So in the spring, the sun was just rising before breakfast. But in the summer, the sun is already up before breakfast and high in the sky. My dog likes to jump in the pond. After dinner in summer, the sun is still up. The sky is still bright. We play in the park until bedtime. So after dinner in the summer, the sun is still up. So before breakfast is up high, and after dinner is still high. So in the spring, the sun was just rising, and in the before breakfast, and in the dinner at dinner, the sun was setting after dinner. But in the summer, the sun is up high in the sky before breakfast and it's high in the sky after dinner. In my town, it is easy to tell when fall has come. All the leaves change color. So it's a fun fact about fall. The leaves and different flowers start to lose their color and they might die off for the winter. It is cooler now. We still walk our dog in the park. In fall, we see the sunrise when we walk before breakfast. The park is quiet. So the fall and the spring are similar. And this fall and spring before breakfast, the sun is rising. And after dinner in the fall, we see the sun set. So they know the winter is coming soon. So just like spring and fall, they both have the sun rising before breakfast and the sun setting after dinner. But in the summer, the sun is already high in the sky, and after dinner, before breakfast, it's high in the sky, and after dinner, it's high in the sky in the summer. Where I live, winter is cold and snowy. It's just like us, and it's cold and snowy. We go sledding in the park. In the winter, the sky is still dark when we walk before breakfast. After dinner in winter, the sky is dark. Sunset has already happened. We see lights in the windows. So before breakfast in the winter, it's dark. And after dinner in the winter, it's dark. So we see that it's shorter time in the winter. In the winter, before breakfast, it's dark. And in the at dinner, after dinner, it is dark. But unlike the summer, the sun was high before breakfast and the sun was high after dinner. And in spring and fall, we've seen the sun rising before breakfast and setting after dinner. So we already see that it's longer sun. So the sun is up longer in the summer, and in the winter, the sun is up a shorter amount of time. After winter, it is spring again. The seasons go spring, summer, fall, winter, and then spring again. So that's the pattern. So it goes spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, winter. Oh, sorry, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. That's the pattern. It keeps happening over and over. The season happens in the same order every year, over and over. There's a pattern to the season. So right now we're in that spring season in Chicago, in our city right now. So after spring is going to be summer. So summer will be next. My dog likes to walk in every season. He also likes to run. So this is our glossary of different words. So in this book, we learn the different seasons, and we learn that the sun has a longer time in the summer and a shorter time in the winter. It has a longer time in the summer and shorter time in the winter. I want you guys to stay focused on that part. We'll get to the next lesson tomorrow. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys later.